welcome. I am Leigh Koechner, and today is day 29, ownership, 33 days to a happier life. I am so happy you're joining me today, and if you would also join me in 3 breaths so we can get grounded and relaxed and get into the present moment. If you close your eyes and breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. So I'm going to breathe in patience and I'm going to breathe out stress. Okay, so join me in through your nose and out through your mouth, in through your nose and out through your mouth, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Okay, you guys, I'm so excited about the topic today. It was something I didn't know I was excited about. I love all the heart explosions. It was something I did not know that I was excited about until I got into it last night and started writing a little bit about it. And I wanted to share one concept, one tool, one knowing for you guys to help you shift your life and have ownership over your shit. Ownership over your shit. And then I jumped online to see what other people were saying about healing, and I ran into this pretty amazing information. So I'm going to start with what I wanted to share, and then I'm going to share something that I think is pretty powerful for everyone on the planet to know. A few years back, I went to spirit school, as I called it. I was getting my master's in spiritual psychology, and they taught their philosophy or their thought on healing. And their definition was, healing is applying loving to the places that hurt inside. So if you think about, you've heard about smaller selves or our needs that weren't met when we were younger. Those still reside inside of us, and a lot of times we get really reactive or we get really like that, and it's our old hurts that are latching on to a current situation. So what I like is realizing that you can apply loving to those places and not have to live victim of them or wishing your parents would have done something differently. You can actually start loving yourself and healing those old wounds. You don't have to live from them anymore. And here's an example of that for me in my life. So I told you guys before that I was neglected, or I perceived to be neglected from my mother, and my father had some rage built up, and he would take that out on my ass with a belt. And a lot of times he would hit me so long and hard, he would miss my ass and go up my back, and I would have like marks up and down my back. And so when I had kids and I was up out of bed every day, I wasn't neglecting them and I wasn't beating them, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm doing so great. And then I realized there's always more. There's more. So I remembered when my daughter Audrey, she's now 11, but when she was younger and she would fall and cry, when she was really little, I would step over her and I would think what my dad used to say, get your ass up or I'll give you something to cry about, but I didn't say it, and I was so proud of myself. Then I realized there's more. So anyway, eventually I would stop and pick her up and hold her. Although it felt foreign to me because that was not done to me or with me, I taught myself to do it with her. And so I would hold her when she would cry. And although that sounds like, of course that's what you're supposed to do, you don't really know what you're supposed to do unless it's been modeled for you. So I was learning on my kids how to parent in a way that I wish I would have been parented. So anyway, I took it further than that. As I was holding Audrey, and she looks a lot like me and she acts a lot like me, and I started kind of seeing myself in her. So I started thinking, what would Audrey want, or what would I want in this moment from my mother? Had I been able to say, Mom, this is really what I need from you, what would I have said? So I started using that as my guide, and I would pick Audrey up, and I would think, or she would stomp off and slam her door, and I would think, when I did that, what did I need? I needed my mom to open the door and say, hey, I know you're frustrated, but I'm here, and to put her arms around me. So, oh my gosh, I almost made me start crying. Okay. So I would do that to Audrey. I would walk in a room even though she slammed the door, and I wanted to say, screw off, don't you slam the door, how dare you, you brat. But instead I'd go in and I'd go, hey, I can see you're hurting, I'm here with you. And I would just sit next to her. And then what I wanted to say on the whole point of this about healing yourself and your old hurts by applying loving is, eventually when I would hold Audrey, I would close my eyes and I would imagine that little girl inside of me who did not get held. And as I was holding Audrey, I would picture me And I would picture that little girl inside who didn't have her needs met. And so I would hold Audrey and I would hold myself at the same time. And I was literally holding a body and picturing myself at that age. And I would start applying the loving to myself as I loved my daughter. And it was amazing. I don't know why I want to cry. It's so sweet. I forgot that I did that. Anyway, what was amazing is I could start being the mother that I wish I wanted, that I wish I would have had. I can start meeting the needs of myself that I wish my mother would have met. So I could start doing it and healing. I didn't need to blame her anymore or need her to do anything anymore. I can do it for myself. And luckily I had a human body that I could pretend was me while I was hugging her and hugging myself. So that is one way to apply loving to the places that hurt inside. Here's the second thing that I learned when I got online last night from this doctor. Yesterday I took my daughter out for breakfast and she said, hey, so-and-so's dad told me that the oil on top of the Nutella can give you cancer. And I said, if he thinks it can, then it can. If he thinks he can, then he can. I said, our mind runs our body. Our mind goes along with what we tell it. So for him, he might get cancer from that oil because that's what he's telling his body to do. So I just said that. That just spewed out of my mouth over breakfast while we were actually eating Nutella on crepes. So then last night I was looking to talk to you guys today, and I looked this up. And I found this from a woman named Lisa Rankin, MD. She's a New York Times bestselling author of Mind Over Medicine, Scientific Proof That You Can Heal Yourself, and she's a TEDx speaker. As long as you believe your condition is incurable or chronic, it will be. Scientific data proves that when you believe, what you believe about your health is likely to come true. You wouldn't take a pill from a bottle with the skull and crossbones on it, but every time you fill your mind with negative beliefs about your health, like I will always be sick, you're poisoning your body with cortisol and epinephrine, thereby deactivating your body's natural self-repair mechanisms. And then here's what else she wrote. Can the mind really heal the body? Yes! Exclamation point. For over 50 years, the medical establishment has been proving that the mind can heal or harm the body. We call it the placebo effect when the effect on your health is positive and the nocebo effect when it's negative. The placebo effect has been proven to cause resolution of symptoms in patients in clinical trials who are treated with nothing more than a sugar pill, saline injection, or fake surgeries. Imagine having a fake surgery. This provides real concrete evidence that your genius body is perfectly equipped with natural self-repair mechanisms that are under the influence of thoughts, feelings, beliefs that originated in your mind. Your body knows how to kill cancer cells, fix broken proteins, slow aging, eliminate toxins, fight infections, get rid of foreign bodies, and otherwise keep you healthy. But here's the kicker. And this is the important part for us to have ownership over. Your nervous system has two operating systems. The fight or flight stress response dominated by the sympathetic nervous system and the relaxation response run by the parasympathetic nervous system. Only when your nervous system is in a relaxation response does your body's self-repair mechanisms function properly. Only when it's in the relaxed response. So, how can you flip off your stress responses and activate your relaxation responses so your body can heal itself? Self-care. Whoop, whoop. Go online and look into all the options for healing. There's meditation, mindfulness, aromatherapy oils, Reiki, massage, spending time with animals, spending time with children when they're not pissing you off, because then you'll get in the fight and flight like I do a lot. Okay, you guys, so that is so huge to me. Your body can heal itself if we allow our mind to give it good messages and to support healing. All right, to sum it up, you can heal by applying loving to the parts that hurt inside. You can heal your body by relaxing your mind and believing you are healing. That is magical. And also, side note, I love doctors. My father was a surgeon. Medicine is miraculous and made all of my children, almost all of them, and saved me. So I'm a big lover of medicine and I'm a big lover of doctors, but I'm also a lover of being your own doctor, being your own voice, using your voice, your body as a tool to show you where you need to heal inside, to soften. And the number one way to quiet your mind so it can be healthy and work for you is meditation. Even if it's 30 seconds a freaking day or just doing 3 breaths with me a day. Stop your spinning mind and allow your body to heal and relax. Here's a quote I wrote from Henry Fonda. I wrote down from Henry Fonda: whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. I love that. Just like your body. If you think you're going to get sick, if you think it's forever, if you think you can't heal, if you think you're going to die, you're going to die. And I'm going to put the lady's link on here because she gave amazing medical facts to support this. Her TED Talk. And my quote is, "My mind is my ally. It keeps me healthy because I keep it healthy." God, we are grateful that you gave us machines that we get to walk around in that know how to do what they're supposed to do, that they know how to heal. They know how to fix the things that are getting in dis-ease and turning into disease. Let us calm our minds so we can really utilize this gift and this beautiful body that you've given us. Let us stop our spinning and our humanness for a moment so it can do its job that you naturally created it to do. We are grateful for our bodies. We are grateful for our struggles because they teach us, and our hurts show us where we need to heal. Let all of those hurts get smaller and smaller and smaller. But let us keep learning, because I think that when we... Oh, wait. I'm sorry, God. Now I'm just talking and not praying. So let us be grateful for our bodies. We are grateful for our bodies, and let us quiet our minds so that we can honor our bodies and honor the things that you created it to do. Amen. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to post on here about this girl's TED Talk. Watch it. It's so powerful. It's so simple and so life-changing. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow on day 30, you guys. We have 30, 31, 32, 33, 4 more left. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow.